Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. I just finished my finals here in college, so I'm sorry that the video takes a little longer than usual. I'm currently working on the script while I'm making Vroid models, so multitasking is kind of the thing that gets things done quicker, and mostly I'll touch them up later on so that they'll have a more cleaner look to them. So if you hear clicking in the background, that's me working on the models. Anyways, in today's video, I would like to discuss the game's story and how it plays into the gameplay and secrets later in the game's lifespan. So if you like to view Jessica Bloodlust's development and content, hit that like and subscribe button and enjoy the channel. With that out of the way, let's begin. As I've stated before on my channel, where I've stated that Jessica Bloodlust Into Madness is going to be a dark game and story. And to this day, we're still going for that type of style. But we also don't want it to be completely dark. After all, I'm sure many people don't want it to be trapped in a completely depressing story of two lovers going insane, going on a murder spree, la la la, you know. So that's why I wanted to work with other people on writing the main story. So far, we've got a few chapters done with my vision and their vision to compare side by side. I'd say I'm thrilled to have another perspective shape my story I want to tell. So special thanks to my friend Dark Amblet. They helped me so much during this project, and I can't wait for y'all to see what they have done with the project. And we can make that problem work in both ways. So, hearing that news of the statement, you may be wondering, well, how long until the complete story is actually finished? The answer is, it already is. But due to other works besides the game, I've also been working in school and also Subway and stuff like that. So most of the time where I do have time to write the story is mostly in the notebook in real life. So whenever I have enough time to put it in actual script, which is after my job or after schoolwork is complete, it goes in the actual script. But that doesn't mean some things won't change in the story. If y'all been with me in 2020 or 2021, you may remember that Jessica had two concepts of a love interest. One of them was a character named Rose. Unfortunately, we had to cut her from the story because she wasn't actually my character. However, she was my sister's character that we used for just the concept. So due to reasons of personal life issues, we have to decide that she will only remain a free play character and not in the actual story. So that may change soon or may not, it depends on my sister's decision, but so far we're going to just have to deal with Haruto. So due with personal interest, we decided to keep Rose out of the main story. And that's why Jessica's other love interest, Haruto, has been switched roles with Rose. However, Jessica is still chronologically bisexual, which leads us into the main part of the story of the video. Jessica's Bloodlust story will start in a nightmare dream of her childhood. In the fire that emerges from the doorway of an elevator as a child watches in fear, motionless, unknowing what had led to taking place here. Then, a hand emerges from the flames within. Grasping for help, burned and chiseled, the hand draws nearer, emerging from the flames. The child's eyes widens, hearing a familiar voice, the voice of her mother. This child is Jessica, This is a hint to the character's main past before she wakes up from her nightmare. I won't tell what the nightmare means yet, but I'll leave it to y'all's imagination to find out what happened to Jessica's mother. Led from her father to run a family of assassins, Jessica prepares for her final mission. Her target, Valentino Morez. He's been targeted for drug distributes. She's had to attend a glamorous school, Grimstone University, where students around the world at the elite of their skills and talents go to enrich their futures. So, Jessica, thinking, knowing a certain somebody will go into that school, takes advantage of the mission to assassinate Valentino and to accept the mission to see the love of her life. So when she's about to leave, she all of a sudden remembers that she doesn't really remember her 10 brothers that much, especially throughout her entire life. She does have vague memories of them, but every time she has a nightmare, there seems to be more brothers. Her father brushes it off as worries of memory loss. Skeptical, but still trusting the man who raised her entire life, she finally leaves for her new life, a chance to get away from crime, and a chance to meet the love of her dreams, Haruto, the junior detective that was hunting her down for assassinating his suspect 4 years ago. Haruto doesn't seem to know her yet, but he will find out who she is soon. Throughout her ride to the city to go to her college, she meets with a talking rabbit coming from her cage. Assuming it's a part of her imagination, she talks back to the rabbit. Of course, she is a little insane. Her childhood mostly was killings and reading fairy tales. So, this was back in her mind, this is normal. However, this rabbit has a secret. Later on, she meets a charming boy named Aiden, the elite chess player of Grimstone University. They only talk for a few minutes until she sees her target coming out from a shop nearby. Valentino and his gangs drive away as Jessica follows. But Jessica doesn't know someone else is following Valentino too. Slashing her way through Valentino's gang, Jessica makes it to her target, ready to kill. But just then, someone tries to stop her and Valentino to arrest both the suspects. However, Jessica took an advantage of knocking the intruder down who let Valentino escape, and she realized it's Haruto. The rabbit and Jessica talk for a while to discuss what they're going to do with the unconscious detective. So Jessica comes up with a plan to pretend to found Haruto unconscious before the cops arrive to see what happened. So they left the scene. In Jessica's new apartment, she's going along as planned. However, Haruto believes the charming girl. Then, a knock on the door makes Jessica suspicious. It was an officer. Jessica, trying to look innocent, but still scheming, holding a knife behind her back. But the officer holds a letter. It was an acceptance letter she got from her father to Grimstone University. She dropped it while hunting Valentino down. Jessica calmly thanks the officer and puts the knife away, without the officer noticing, and chats with Haruto before letting him go back to his own apartment. And with that, the player controls finally shifts to the second protagonist, Haruto, as he lays down on his couch, thinking to himself something about Jessica seems off. But he soon finds out her personality attracted him, so he's conflicted whether to suspect Jessica of anything. But before he can make a decision, another knock arrived on the door. He looks outside suspiciously, but no one was there. But again, there was another Grimstone acceptance letter. Suspicious, Haruto checks the letter and finds an odd stone. Looking on what to do, he picks the stone with his finger. And in the darkness, blue light emerges from the stone as it floats midair. Haruto trips over in shock. Haruto never seen such technology, especially from a small stone. As Haruto lays on the floor, scared, a face emerges, as well as like a hologram. The face looks like one of the students of the student council presidents. Her name is Sonia, and she greets Haruto with a firm but grace in her voice, congratulating him on being accepted to Grimstone University, and she wants him to have a group meeting with secret students to attend a private meeting after the first day of school in the clock tower of Grimstone University, asserting himself in the situation to tell no one about the situation. Confused but impressed, Haruto agrees on the secret meeting and falls asleep. Peering from Haruto's window, Jessica saw the whole event. Hiding in the tree, she pulls out the same stone from her letter. This time, the person is Valentino. And the chapter ends. You may be wondering, what the hell is going on with this secret meeting? This will be answered in the story mode of the actual game. This is, after all, a big story, so I do think this is going to take years to actually complete, at least gameway-wise. I don't want everyone to wait on the entire thing, so I'll be dropping some hints of the lore and secret stories hints in the YouTube channel. Even though the story is actually complete, I still want it to be a surprise, especially the ending. There are other stuff to consider making this: the models, the visual novel aspect, the gameplay, and trying to avoid spoiling the story. And my next topic, voice actors. Currently, we do have voice actors for Jessica Bloodlust, both young and old, and Haruto. But have you seen the latest video, you'll notice that Jessica Bloodlust Into Madness, there are a lot of characters. So, I'm excited to announce that we'll be looking for these voice actors for Jessica Bloodlust game and story. In 2020, we managed to actually have a voice actor play the younger version of Jessica Bloodlust, and they will be returning to the game once more. Making her return, we welcome Dr. Yanti THD back to the Bloodlust family, and our new Jessica Bloodlust, Jay Well, playing Jessica Bloodlust in the current timeline, and Prince Charming himself, Terminal Pexel, playing Haruto. The casting club is opening new roles every day, so if you'd like to audition for your favorite characters, new roles are opening each day following the old characters. And after all, we are going to be paying each voice actor $70 per project. We hope y'all enjoy what's in store for this bloody story. Again, we encourage people to know the games as a dark story and dark gameplay. This game will contain blood and gore, intense violence, mature humor, strong language, and use of drugs and alcohol. And with that, we are done with today's video. If you're new and like Jessica Bloodlust Into Madness development, thank you so much, and please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. It will really help the channel grow, and I can't wait for y'all to see what's in store for this game. You may have a bloody good time here. This is Bloodlust Dev, signing out.